Welcome to On the Path, where we discuss all things Witcher. And Lucy, you look like you got some sun.
Are you joking?
That's a lead-in. So
I know. Well, it's funny because I've been away in Mallorca, which is an island off of Spain, for about 4 days, and I tried really, really hard because I have very Irish skin. Yeah, I can't go out in the sun. Even if I do, I don't really tan. I just burn. And I did really well for the first few days, and I haven't got any color. You can see if you're watching on YouTube, you can see. But my back is somewhere I forgot to put cream on the last day, and I'm annoyed at myself because always the last day I let myself down and I'll get sunburn. My back is red raw right now, like so much so that I think I have a little bit of sunstroke. When I was sat at work today, I was like dizzy, feeling like I was going to be sick.
Jeez.
So bad. So my manager actually said to me, don't take this the wrong way, but you look rough as he said that I just lost all the color in my face at one point, and he was like, let's go for like a big lunch. And I felt better after having proper food. But yeah, I always do this on the last day of my holiday. I'll take it too far in the sun and not hydrate. I was drinking, it was a wedding. But yeah, it was a great time away. It was a Polish wedding, which was fun. Lots of vodka shots and that going around. I learned some Polish. So it's na zdrowie, which is how we say cheers. So I think I'm gonna try and learn Polish.
Oh, that's how we say cheers, huh? So you're Polish now, huh?
Yeah,
you go to a wedding.
Yeah. I learned one word.
You're an honorary Pole now. Yeah. See, I went hiking too, and I got some sun. My problem is here, it's such a bad setup, as I've explained before. I've got a light on there, so it still looks like I'm just kind of a little ghostly here, but I can't turn the light off.
Yeah.
And so I need to go lay out. But that's something I need to do too, to get that before TwitchCon, which is 2 weeks.
It is. Yes. 2 weeks today. We will be in Amsterdam.
Hopefully.
We will. God, I have full faith.
Every weekend there's like 1,500 flights canceled.
It is crazy. It's crazy. And
I'm hoping those are just pre-July 4th American flights and not international. I'm hoping.
I mean, my flights to Spain or to Mallorca were fine. And like, I think Newcastle Airport has been fairly unaffected. The flights coming back, it was just busy. It was like, it got a bit delayed, but there was nothing cancelled. I know that one of our friends, Jack, has had 2 of his flights to Amsterdam cancelled already. Yes. So it's happening, but I don't think I'll be affected. I'm pretty sure you'll be all right too.
Yeah, I just keep looking at these British flights and I'm like, yeah, okay. I'm just holding on like, God, if our infrastructure is supposed to be worse than theirs, I don't know. Like I said, I'm hoping it's just a British thing or just an internal US thing. And my Houston flight to Amsterdam will be good because I got to do 2 flights too.
Yeah.
So I'm paranoid as hell about that connection.
So how long have you got as an overlay?
I think it's like a little over an hour.
Okay.
I know. I need to make sure my flight's at the front. I don't know. Well, that's much to do about nothing. I'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
One fun thing that we did last week is we had a charity stream for Planned Parenthood, and combined we raised $765.
Isn't that crazy? Like Brett just came to me with this idea. I think it was like the day before we decided to do it.
Friday when we were recording.
Yeah, it was Friday. You were like, yeah, I want to do a charity stream. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And then, so we did it the next day, and I was so busy because it was the day before I was going away on holiday. I didn't have time to plan anything. So Brett really came through and did all of the, what would you call it? Incentives?
I did the incentives and the challenges. Yes. You pretty much set it all up. So you did the important behind the scenes work. I just did the dumb stuff on stream, which involves, and I have to preface this by saying like what it is, because it can be offensive. And some people just don't know about it because you're young and you don't know what an Irish car bomb would be. So Irish car bomb, a very big drink back when there were like Irish car bombs, the 90s and before that, which is basically a pint of Guinness. And then it's a shot of mixed Jameson and Bailey's. I was out of Bailey's, so I used Kahlua. And that was the first incentive. I did that as soon as the stream started.
Yeah.
When we got to $400, I ate a ghost pepper chicken wing.
That was the worst thing.
I will never do that again unless it is my personal gain.
I didn't enjoy watching that. You were like, you have to be here when I do this. And I was like, okay, I'll be there. And then I was watching it. I was like, I'm not enjoying this. You look like you're in so much pain.
Yes. And I think it's hot because, again, Mexican, I've eaten a lot of hot stuff. I can do like hot things, but never something like that. My throat like hurt.
Yeah.
And like really hurt to talk. And I put a video of it. I clipped up some things. I'm talking in there when I'm eating ice cream. I don't know what I'm saying.
It was like, so funny because you got a lisp and you were saying, "Oh, I need ice cream."
I've cream. And I'm talking because by then the ice cream felt so good.
Yeah,
I was just like this, where I don't know what I was saying. I tweeted that, I think, on my personal one. You can look through my personal tweets to find that out. And then if you're looking, going, "What the hell's this Joker doing?" It looks a little bit in, but at the $500 one, I shaved this bottom part of my beard. A very Ehrlich Bachman from Silicon Valley, if you know about that show. Very funny show, great bingeable show. HBO Max, if you haven't watched Silicon Valley. I almost had it. Watch Silicon Valley. Here's me, a podcaster. Watch Silicon Valley. Very funny show. But yes, no, thanks to everybody out there listening who stopped by, especially those who donated. Again, the fact that we can raise that much money off of like not even 24-hour notice, because we didn't even tweet out that time. We tweeted out before.
Yeah,
like
just
before
like
we started streaming that morning to do it. Yeah. So thanks to everybody who did that. Great cause. And hopefully there will be a time maybe where we don't have to do charity streams like this. But until the next one, I don't know. Let's hope
there's always going to be a cause to raise money for.
There will, but hopefully not emergency ones.
Yeah.
Because of legislation, but I'm not going to hold my breath about that.
All
right, a couple more house cleaning. Real quick, reviews, comments. We have a couple on here. We're left on the last YouTube video. So again, all of these are broadcast on YouTube in the Gwentfinity channel. Make sure to check that out. Like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. This comes from Montana Boy in Japan. And I've been to Montana, Bozeman, Montana. Amazing. If you like the game Far Cry 5 and you like the mountains, like that's Bozeman, Montana. It's incredible. I want to go back and hike everything there. So they say, a matter of life and death and now or never were my favorite quests in the game. The interactions between Geralt and Triss touched me deep in my core. Even the ambient dialogue, like when they go through the wall into the bookstore with all the first editions. Geralt says they will come back for them later, and Triss says, no, I'm leaving tonight. They were well scripted and well acted. And completely agree. And it's little stuff like that we may not talk about, because at the time, even when we go through these things, we probably even get maybe too in depth on some things. Can't talk about everything, but it goes without saying, the ambient stuff in this game makes it feel like these characters are real.
Absolutely. And I remember noting down that part as well, where he says we'll come back for them later. And it's just one of those things, like you say, you can't say every line, but it definitely hit a nerve with me as well, that she loved them so much, but at the same time she was like, no, I'm leaving. We can't grab these things, like it's an emergency, they have to go.
And then to get even deeper on that is they're all going to be lost. Like they're going to be eventually found or taken by the church and by the witch hunters, and they're going to burn them.
Yeah.
And you lose that history, you lose that culture, if you will, of mages and magic. All right, so the next comment is from, I'm assuming it's Blue. It's BLVE. I'm assuming it's just another way to spell blue. And they put, it's nice listening to these at work. Keep them coming. All right, there you go. Short and sweet.
Yes, we love that.
But again, I love it when it's comments like this, because like today when I was working out, or when I go run, or when I'm at a grocery store, I always have headphones in. I'm generally listening to a podcast and I'll binge it. And I think again, it just blows my mind. And I love it that somebody out there is going about their daily life with us in their ears yakking about this fantasy game series.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's a nice one.
So again, any comments below, as long as it's a good comment, we'll read it off. Anything you think we missed, anything we're wrong about, by all means, let us know. If you're listening on Apple, please rate and review it. On Spotify, please rate it. I think we're still at like 83, 84, something around there. And again, it helps with searches, especially like YouTube when it goes out. You can put a reminder on there. Again, comment, like, subscribe on that Gwentfinity channel, and we will remind you at the end of the episode. So I think we've house cleaned enough.
Yep.
All right. Look, I didn't even write down the spoiler warning on here. So nothing. Oh, there was a major, if you somehow have not come across it, there's a major Netflix season 3 spoiler that we saw going around. So block that off, because if you're truly trying to go into that show fresh and you don't know who's doing what, stay off, because that's out and about, and it's going to be the like number one big twist, big scene from the upcoming series. Yeah. All right. So with that being done, let's get into Novigrad Side Quests 2. And the first one we have today, it got cut from last week because we went so long, is Following the Thread. And okay, we'll get into it. We'll get in there. All right. So Geralt takes on this contract about a beast terrorizing the land, but he's not the first man to take it on. He eventually figures out where to go, and he finds out that it is Lambert. So in the game, we can't call him Lamb Chop, right? Is that just the series?
I thought that it was a game thing, but then I remember when we spoke to Paul Bullion, he said that somebody, I think it was Yasin.
Wait, is this when you personally spoke with him?
No, this was on our podcast.
Okay.
But when we asked him about it, I'm sure he said it was Yasin who plays Cohen, just said it one day on set and it stuck. But I had it in my head that it was from the game, but it mustn't be.
No, I don't. It's not from the games. And again, he's a very, very minor character in the books. So yeah. So we won't call him Lamb Chop. That's reserved for the series and maybe specifically for Paul Bullion. So they kill this Ekimara. And when they are to claim the reward, Lambert just takes it to 11 when asking about this Yad Karadin. And I love how they're just showing up and everything's just chill. And Lambert's just, Yad Karadin, where is he? And Geralt's, huh? What? Yeah. Like he's just, wait, what? And then they cut away. All right. So we are then left to kill these 3 Novigradian guards. All right. And this is where I'm going to get the most critical probably about this game until we get to the Reasons of State mission way down the road. These are Novigradian guards, right? Yeah. This is in Novigrad.
Yes.
Okay. It's not outside Novigrad, right?
No, I think it was like at somewhere near Oxenfurt, maybe.
Okay, so these are Redanian guards.
Possibly.
Yeah, I could not remember exactly where we went. Well, they're the Novigradian guards or the Redanian guards, which Redanian guards is so much worse. You basically kill them. Lambert runs after this main guy, and you're there, and you have to kill these 3 guards.
Yeah.
You can't just kill city guards and like guards of the country, the kingdom. Like, there's going to be repercussions of that. And like nothing happens. Because remember, we went by this one guard who let us in. So like, I don't know. Like they know these 2 Witchers came in. They slaughtered 3 guards. Like this would make Geralt enemy number 1. Yeah,
they would become wanted men and they would not be able to easily roam around the city without being noticed or, captured. It's really weird. And I don't understand why they kill everyone as well. Like, I don't think it's necessary to kill these people.
No, it's not
quite
like
sit right with me.
Well, no. And this would have been a perfect time to either put into the game, you can't kill them. You have to knock them out. You have to disarm them. Something either through like axing them up against a wall, or you have to use something around it. I don't know, maybe they can put some like wooden swords or, fencing swords around there. And you can knock them out somehow, because we can suspend the disbelief. It's a video game. I get that. And when they kill random bandits, you can always be like, oh, it's bandits, it's peasants. Nobody gives a shit. But yeah, when you're killing, again, Redanian guards, Novigradian guards, that doesn't work. The same thing when the guy that was burning on the pyre, the mage, you kill the guards there. And it's like, you can't.
Yeah, you can't just kill guards and get away with it.
that just takes me out of it, and just something, again, it's not a big deal. It doesn't ruin the game. I'm not, podcast is over. We're done. This game is trash. But it is something, it's something that I did not really like at all. So Lambert learns the location of this woman named Vienne at the 7 cats for me, the 3 cats for you.
Yeah.
And then he murders the guy. Like we're gonna get choices here, or you can say don't or not. But he definitely lets Geralt know that he wants to murder these people.
He does.
All right. So at this inn, Lambert explains that his friend Aiden from the School of the Cat. So there we go, cat school. He was ambushed and murdered by some nobles and assassins, and Yad Karadin was the leader of those assassins. And we get some lore background here about the School of the Cat, because Geralt's like, oh yeah, they're all assassins. Like those dudes, like they're terrible. And Lambert's like, no, they're not. Like, this isn't a Slytherin thing. There's actually a good School of the Cat in here, because there's no good Slytherins.
No, none.
There's no named ones. And if you out there, I'm telling you, it was Polly, right? Polly said she's a Slytherin.
Yeah.
If you out there that are Slytherins that are taking your Harry Potter tests, I don't like, they're basically the wizard Nazis.
Yeah.
They are. McGonagall at the end is like, this school is so bad. Every single one of you kids is being locked up because you can't trust you.
Yeah, she doesn't even trust any of them. They all get sent to the dungeon.
Yes, and J.K. Rowling doesn't name any in the books, like the main books. I think what Polly said and some other people have said in supplementary stuff or Fantastic Beasts or whatever, they've named like good ones. And I'm like, oh, there's one good one in forever. How lovely. And so those that get Slytherin, I get it where you can maybe like some of the qualities there.
Yeah.
But no.
Professor Snape is the good Slytherin though, right?
Is he?
Yeah, he's good at heart.
Is he? Is he not? Is there not a little bit of just a little tinge of I'm nice to you, so you should be nice to me, woman? And why are you with this jerk? There's a tinge of that.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
But he did a noble thing, and I'll be damned if that scene isn't just heart-wrenching.
Oh god, it is horrible. And then there was that scene that they didn't use in the final film where Draco throws Harry his wand in the end and he doesn't go off with Voldemort, but they cut that bit for whatever reason.
Was that in the book? Is that what happened in the books?
Haven't read the books, so I don't know. Wow. But I know that there's a scene, in the very end where they're stood outside and it's the moment where they think Harry's dead. And then he comes back to life. Yeah. All of Voldemort and his gang on one side.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, and there's a moment which is in the deleted scenes where Draco runs and throws Harry's wand and goes Potter and throws the wand, but they didn't put it in the final. That would have been like his redemption. Yeah.
Yes, would have completely redeemed him.
Yeah, but I don't think it made it.
All right, maybe that's too negative. I was gonna say, would that put too much nuance into Harry Potter? Where they don't want they don't like the gray.
Maybe
I don't know.
Just want to be bad.
All right. Well, there's our Harry Potter minute. Their Harry Potter minute right there. All right. So Vienne is this very sad drunk and fell out with Carradin's band. But word around is that he has changed, that he's got a life and he's normal. But now this is basically where it ends. We can't go too much more because Geralt is going to go to Skellige and find a guy named Hammond, while Lambert is going to go to Tredegor and find somebody named Celise. If you let Lambert handle this by basically meaning he wants to kill Vienne, then you have to fight and kill some elves, including her, or you can let her wallow away in a drunken pity.
Yep.
Do you remember what you did?
I don't think I remember exactly, but having watched the sort of recap videos today, I feel like I would have let her live. I don't think there was a need to kill her.
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't do that. And I don't think I ever would have, just probably because she's an elf.
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
if I knew I had to fight and kill. If I had to fight and kill the elves. But no, that's one of those. Oh, it goes back to the Whoreson Jr., where killing him can be very cathartic because he deserves it. But it may be worse for somebody to live in a drunken state of either depression or failure. Misery. There you go. Although I will say Whoreson could, if he was left, he could still probably do a lot of bad things.
Exactly. Yeah. I think getting rid of Whoreson was the right move.
Maybe not Vienne, but that's going to do it for Following the Thread. We will pick that back up when we get to Skellige. All right. So Lucy, which one do you have?
So one of my favorite Witcher contracts in Novigrad is called the Oxenfurt Drunk. And it's all about a creature that has been attacking lonely passers-by, and he's just been abandoning their corpses in the gutters around Oxenfurt. So we pick up this contract and we get told that there's two people to visit. There's a medic and then there's a witness who survived one of the attacks. So you can go and visit either of them. But firstly, I went to visit the woman who survived the attack, and she's in a tavern. And she's kind of weird. And what I noticed, because I only noticed this by chance when we looked at the quest last week, this woman is, or it looks exactly the same as Sophronia, who we met in the quest last week as Dandelion's old flame.
Okay. Do you remember if she sounded similar?
They sound the same. They look exactly the same. So I don't know if it's supposed to be her or if it's just, the same character, just for ease. But that's just something I noticed because on the off chance we looked at those two quests at the same time last week. But she's kind of trying to convince people to buy her drinks by telling her story. And She gives little to no detail about the attack, and Geralt kind of insinuates that she's lying. She tells us to go and have a look where the attack happened, so you can go and investigate around the alleyways for where this attack supposedly happened. So the other thing that we go and do is visit the medic, and we inspect the victims' bodies, and we can see that they were all drunk at the time of their attack, and they all have vampire bites, and everything, all of the clues lead to this being a catachan and one that likes the blood of drunk people. So Geralt gets the bright idea of how we're going to lure this vampire out of hiding. So we have to go and get drunk. So we go back. Kind of
mission. Yeah, right there. No. Drunken Oxenfurt.
Exactly.
That would be me if whenever I go there and study there, they'd be like, "Oh, the Oxenfurt Drunk. Oh yeah, that's Brett over there." Brett.
So we go and get drunk on some cheap wine in the bar, and as you exit, I just find it hilarious because Geralt's vision is all blurred. You can't move very quickly. Yeah, and he's singing a song about some maid from Vicovaro. So eventually we can start hearing this catachan in our head. It's called Gale. And Geralt says, "Come out and fight, bitch." So eventually we just keep teasing this catachan out, and eventually you fight him and you beat him. And that's it, really. There wasn't much more to it other than that, apart from it's just a funny quest where you go get drunk and fight vampires and call them bitch.
It's times like that also where it's so out of place for him to say that.
Yeah, it's so strange.
Well, it's so modern. Like,
yeah.
Like when I banned somebody in your stream, and I think I just was like something. I was like, yeah, well, or like there you go, bitch.
Yeah.
Like you just say it, and just I just when Geralt said it, I remember replaying, being like,
"That's so
yeah,
strange.
Come out, bitch." Like, has he ever called anybody? Has he ever said bitch?
Yeah.
Did he ever call?
That's funny, actually. Yeah, I don't remember him. I don't actually think I've ever heard him call someone a bitch. He says that someone's mom's a bitch.
Yes, the what was that for?
I can't remember what it was. Yeah.
It was the rhyming one in Toussaint.
That's right.
Right. Yes. Because I think I clipped that and put that out there because when I was streaming, it just goes like, yeah, because your mom's a bitch.
And it was like, what?
It didn't rhyme. The guy was like, oh, touche. I can't come back after that. I think that song, I know I put that down, but I lost it. I think that song he's saying there, was it Drunken Sailor? It kind of rhymed with the Drunken Sailor song.
Was it?
I think is what it was.
Possibly. All I had written down was that he was singing them about a maid from somewhere. So possibly if he was out with a sailor.
But there was something. It was, yeah, what? Yes, because here it is. I got it right here. Once there was a maid from Vicovaro, tied at night, she'd be loose come morrow, early in the morning. That's the Drunken Sailor, early in the morning. Hey, up she rising, hey, early in the morning. Yeah, I heard that tune. I was like, that's a Drunken Sailor right there.
Yeah,
that is funny. That's some naughty lyrics there. Another maid from Vicovaro plowed with pleasure, drank with sorrow till early in the morning. Our third maid was not demanding, gave it up to any man standing. Early in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
Hey. I know. Okay,
there we go.
There you go. We're
Get yourself to Vicovaro.
Yeah. No, that one, the catachans are really cool. And I do hope that's one thing that we can maybe see in the series. Some kind of little sentient, smart vampire.
Mm-hmm. There's actually so many vampires in Novigrad. Like, I didn't realize how many of the side quests are to do with catachans or higher vampires or some kind of vampire. What was the one in your last one we just talked about? It was a Ekimara. That's a different kind of vampire as well.
Yeah.
So there's loads of different types of vampires there. I thought it was more Toussaint that had all the vampires, but apparently not.
I guess Toussaint just gets the actual higher vampires.
Yeah.
Regis.
The big daddies.
Detloff. Man, just completely drew a blank.
I got you.
God, it's Regis and Detloff. There it is, Detloff. All right, so those are like the two main ones. These other ones are pretty short. We've got a few to go over. This one was recommended by listener Tyler, or on Twitch, he's Outlaw Bishop.
Help me! This damn lid won't budge! God.
Whoever put it on the sarcophagus was clearly thinking about grave robbers.
You've no idea who I am, have you?
None.
Professor Vermont John, Oxenfurt University, Faculty of Applied Archaeology. As a certain ancient map would have it, there's a priceless elven tome in this sarcophagus, the Durar manuscript. It could shed entirely new light on the Enel and Shay conflict. So, will you help?
This one is a Tome Entombed, and it's very popular because this might be the #1 meme from The Witcher 3 of all these.
Yeah.
So deep in the Novigradian sewers, and I got lost trying to find it the last time. I just was like, screw this. I'm just going to look it up.
I don't think I've ever found this before.
Yeah, it's way deep and you have to go, I don't know. It's really confusing when I was there. But you come across this man standing next to a sarcophagus saying there's an elven manuscript inside. When you open it, there's a man there and he asks if it's 1358 yet. And when you say no, he says, well, then f off. And closes it. And that's what the meme that everyone does, saying, hey, is The Witcher 4 yet? Is Witcher 4 out yet? No, then f off.
Yeah.
And close the lid. If you open it again, guess what he turns into?
Dun, dun, dun. A
catachan. Another vampire is just mentioned there. And we have to kill him. That's pretty much it. There's no manuscript for the lad. And I've been saying lad so much because of Benjamins. Yes, lads.
All right, lads.
And all that. Yeah. So we can thank him for me saying lads. Thank you for me saying we.
We laddies.
We. And then all you Brits for me saying cut. Okay, I didn't. I cut myself. I cut myself off there. Yes, a largely American audience here. I can't really use that too much. But yeah, no. This again, there's a lot of vampires roaming around. This was a very funny one because this is the way the guy just like off and then leave me alone. Basically, you're not gonna leave me alone. You're gonna be bothering me every hour. Okay, I'm just gonna kill you.
Yeah. Do we think there's any significance to the year 1358?
No, not.
It's quite far ahead of the game,
it's way far ahead. Yeah, it's going to be essentially from this time, quick maths, 76 years?
Yeah.
No.
I'll take your word for it.
Yes. Sure. Yes, I think it actually is 76 years. And I don't know. Obviously, Sapkowski in the books goes way ahead in the future and whatnot. Like we know Mouvran Voorhis is going to be an emperor. We know Jan Calvit's going to be an emperor, but we never actually see that in anything. So I don't know. I think we're going to say no. That's just this guy wanting something.
Maybe if anybody knows, you can write a comment.
Greetings. You here for a specific reason?
Got a meeting with Rosa, a fencing lesson.
Geralt of Rivia, yes? Miss Rosa stepped out for a walk. Near Temple Bridge, she said. She asked that you join her.
Guess it's going to be an interesting lesson.
So the next one that I was looking at was some fencing lessons with Rosa var Atra. So we visited Rosa earlier on in a quest called Broken Flowers, and we did a little bit of fencing with her then. And if you beat her in the fencing in that quest, she will then request to have some more lessons from you, which is what this quest is here. And Rosa is the daughter of Henry var Atra, and he's a Nilfgaardian ambassador. So we rock up to her house, villa it's called in the game, and we are told that she's out for a walk with a guard. And when we meet up with her, she's clearly very annoyed and aggravated at having to be with a guard at all the time. So her dad is quite persistent that she has protection with her when she leaves the villa, because the people of Novigrad are not too welcoming to Nilfgaardians at the moment. So she finally gets the guard to go away because Geralt's with her now, and she challenges Geralt to a duel on the bridge, and regardless of whether you win or not, she'll trick you and run away afterwards. So we follow her and find her outside the Seven Cats Inn again. And she's being harassed by some local drunk dudes who have realized that she's Nilfgaardian, and they're not very happy about it. So Geralt deals with these guys in one of three ways. You can use Axii to make them leave her alone. You can pay them 50 crowns to make them leave her alone, or you can fight and kill them. And whichever outcome you have, the conversation afterwards with Rosa kind of reveals a very different side to her character. And Geralt says it's her fault that the humans had to die if you fight them. Otherwise, she says that she's going to remember their names and either have them taken care of or have their hands chopped off. And she believes that these people have no worth because they're just drunken nobodies and they deserve to die for threatening her. And Geralt pretty much just sends her home. The funniest thing that I found about this was I was watching the YouTube video of it today. It's a really quick one. And all the comments were like, wait, so I can't romance her? L quest. It's just everybody wanted to get with Rosa.
I think it was the ultimate tease from this. I think everybody who played it, who was in any way trying to bed anybody you come across, looked at this, was like, oh, it was flirtatious from the beginning. It
was, yeah.
Oh, she good looking. I'm sure people at first were just like, oh, here comes three-way with the sisters.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, okay, which we'll come back. If you're wondering about that side quest, about a potential three-way, we're going to have to do that one much later.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We have to do that one towards the end because we're not quite there yet.
No.
But yeah, Rosa, and this also, do you think this was in any way cut short of anything? It seemed like this was leading to be something bigger, like the Novigradian family the Nilfgaardian family in Novigrad. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seemed like more could have been done with it.
Yeah.
Like it seems special for them not to do more with it.
Yeah, it definitely felt like it was quite a fleshed out family, and they had a little bit of backstory. Like they have these two daughters who have just kind of shipped around post to post with their dad, who's an ambassador for Nilfgaard. She got quite, she developed quite a lot of character here, where she was just, this girl that didn't want to sit at banquets and stuff. Kind of gave a lot of similarities to Ciri, and that, she was just a princess kind of girl who didn't want to do princessy type things. She wanted to go out and fight with swords, and she wanted to run around, and Geralt was trying to look after her. And then it just kind of nothing came of it. Which,
again, nothing would come of it because, like you said, her true colors were revealed.
Yeah.
And Geralt's like, oh, I don't want
to
mess with this anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Something like that was so interesting that could have had some intrigue with. But again, I think we're just so spoiled by how in depth or by how deep all of these little side missions are, that when something presents itself like this, we just expect, oh, it's going to come back. It's going to be something deeper, right?
Yeah, but we never see her again.
No, that's pretty much it. So we'll pour one out for you, Rosa Varartra. Mm-hmm. So the next one isn't really a side quest or a mission. I stumbled across it, and it was also recommended by Gulo. It's north of Novigrad is this bench with this great view, and there can be different dates going on.
Aww.
There's generally going to be a woman sitting down on this bench and a man doing something to impress her.
He can
be dancing. One time he was there, he was doing push-ups or press-ups, and I mean, bro's just knocking them out, and like they don't care if you're there, you can just walk right up, and the guy will be dancing and just kind of doing whatever. And yeah, it's just one of those, oh, that's kind of cool. There's nothing to come out of it. There's no missions.
That's what I like about games like this. There's a lot of this in Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. Like there are just NPCs going about their life, and it doesn't matter what you do, you're not affecting their world. And I also just find this really hilarious that I can't imagine being on a date with somebody and they're like trying to impress me by doing press-ups.
I know but again, it is something. Oh, that's right, because speaking of Red Dead, there's that one mission where those two guys are trying to impress that woman,
and you end up shooting them.
And then you have to shoot off their head to show their bravery.
Yeah.
But I also think that is just something, obviously nowadays, when you look at a guy trying to do that, you're like, oh, look at this chauvinist bro or something like that. Mm-hmm. But that used to be something you had to show your worth and like your physical worth. And we get that so much, not necessarily maybe in real life, but in these games, we have like tournaments, and this knight is trying to impress his lady and win her honor. Like there's something, like, again, a prize to be won, mercifully.
Yeah.
Although with recent law changes, maybe women are going to be back to prizes and possessions.
Yeah, possibly.
Slowly but surely, we may be regressing, but now it's not the same as it used to be. So I'm going to put you on the spot, and we'll get you on the record. Who are you bringing to your romantic date and bench from the Witcher universe? It can be the games or the series. And while you think about that, I'll just say mine.
Okay, I've got one from the game, one from the series.
If it's from the game, it's Dijkstra.
Oh.
Because I want to hang out with Dijkstra.
Okay.
If it's from the show, it's gotta be Tissaia. It's gotta be Tissaia.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. It's gotta be.
From the game, for me, it would be Olgierd von Everick. What a babe. What a babe. Someone just posted a picture of him in my Discord, which is why I've got him in my head. Just visually.
He also treats women really well.
Yeah. Really good. Who is going to be mine from the show? Oh God, I've forgotten his name. How embarrassing.
So I guess you like David Beckham then. You like David Beckham.
I love David Beckham.
Okay.
like
David Beckham all
Ultimate
geared,
Babe. Yeah. This is purely visually. I'm talking.
Okay.
And then from the show, it's got to be Vilgefortz.
Oh.
I'm thinking purely with my eyes, not like, I know you've picked really good ones that you want to have a chat with. Like
okay, Vilgefortz.
What a babe.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Vilgefortz. He kind of slipped my mind there a little bit. Because I was thinking like Istrid. But no,
Istrid as well.
Oh, Vilgefortz in the kimono.
And the actor who plays Vilgefortz in the show liked my comment on Instagram today, and I had a little mini fangirl moment.
Send the email.
I'll send it tomorrow.
Well, they're still filming though, so maybe wait till like September.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Maybe send it in October. Okay, what's the next one?
The next one from me is, again, a very short wee one. It kind of wraps up a quest that we did earlier in the game, and it's called Haunted House. So this quest only becomes available if, throw your mind back to a quest called Novigrad Dreaming, where we helped, if you helped Sarah the Godling stay in the big house, then you will get this quest. So you'll find a notice on the Hierarch Square's notice board saying, "Beware, haunted house and cheating merchant," and it directs you back to the house where we found Corinne Tilly earlier in the game. This was the Oneiromancer who helped us dream our way to finding clues about Ciri. So it turns out that Corinne returned to the house because she wanted to speak with Sarah the Godling, who caused her to have all those weird nightmares, and they became friends. And she says they took a liking to each other almost immediately. So Corinne decided to buy the house, and they now live there together. And it's really sweet when you arrive. And they're braiding each other's hair, and I just think that is so sweet.
This is so nice to see. So it doesn't matter. Sarah gets a good ending. Yeah. So she either stays here, where she has a friend in Corinne Tilly, or if you kick Sarah out, we already covered that, right?
I can't remember.
Well, whatever. We'll just say it. She ends up with Johnny.
Yeah,
the Godling. She ends up with Johnny, and they end up together where they can piss and shit in rivers.
Yeah,
all they want.
Live their best life. And this is also one of those quests where we get a cute little storybook ending. Where it goes off in a little cutscene and Geralt speaks. And it talks about how humans built cities to block themselves away from the monsters and keep everyone separate. And there's a nice quote where he says, "The place where you lock yourself in and lock all else out is not your home. Your home is sometimes a place you travel long and far to find." Oh, what a nice quote to end that lovely quest on.
Philosophical Geralt.
We love him.
He does exist outside the books. Netflix, please.
Come on.
I beg you. All right. So the last one that I have is, I don't even know if I've ever done this one, but the name just stuck out to me when I was going down the list.
Yeah,
it's
I
called
noticed
A
that.
Feast for Crows. And it's just kind of just a basic mission. You can stumble across some of Cleaver's hench dwarves. I like how they're called hench dwarves. They're not henchmen. They're hench dwarves. And you have to give them this key that they want, or you can kill them. Honestly, that's really about it. It's kind of boring in that sense. But obviously, this references the name of the Song of Ice and Fire book.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that series that we're never going to get the ending to.
No, I don't know why they just haven't made Series 8 yet.
This
just joking.
Oh, okay. Oh, remake it.
Oh, you mean the book series?
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
I watched this video about someone who tried to actually get down how much he's done. And this guy went through all of this thing since 2011 when the last book came out. And he's pretty much come to the conclusion that over the past, 10 years now, 10 to 11 years, that he's almost done nothing new. Because the amount that he said he has done and what it is all stuff that was cut from A Dance with Dragons, right, or stuff that was put out. Remember they used to put out chapters, sample chapters. Yeah, they got like 10 or 11 of them, and all of that equals to what he said that he's had.
Oh,
and so that guy's basically come to the conclusion or a thesis that
he's done nothing.
He's done essentially nothing that we know of because of what he said he's done in the past couple of years. I am so much more interested now in the making of these books than I am in actually reading it. I don't care to read Winds of Winter or A Dream of Spring nearly as much as I want to see somebody deep dive into this process over the past 10 or 11 years.
Have you read all of the books?
Fascinating. Yeah, I did, because I'm an idiot. And when I got into the show right before the 7th season, it was right before the 7th season premieres.
Yeah.
I watched all the show and I'm like, oh my God, it's incredible. I wanted to read the books to see these like different art, to see what it would be led up to, because by then they were past it. And then I'm like, man, I got to be ready when that book drops.
Oh, the new one.
At that point, it was like 6 years, and he'd said half. And it's one of those like, okay, I'm like, it's gonna take me like a solid. I mean, I blitzed through those books. I don't remember so much of it now. Oh, because I wanted to just read them and absorb them, and I didn't absorb them at all. And no, I just thought they'd be done, and here we are in July. It's July 1st, 2012.
Oh wow, it is.
Yeah, and
2012.
They're never coming out, but we are getting House of the Dragon.
We are in a couple of weeks.
No, it's the end of August, right?
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
that makes more sense.
Oh man, that is like 6 weeks though. 7 weeks, something like that.
I think it'll fly over.
That is less than 2 months. Okay. All right. You have this last one, and it's my favorite.
I do. It's a pretty funny one. So in White Eagle Fort, you're going to find a troll. Do you say troll or troll?
Like troll?
Yeah.
Are you saying like troll?
I think I say troll, but then I don't know if it's actually troll.
Troll? Oh, like troll, like with a U?
I don't know. I think it's troll.
Yeah,
okay, yeah. Okay.
Troll, yeah.
Well, anyway, you find a troll singing songs of King Radovid, and the troll goes by the name of Trollolol. And this is possibly named after, do you remember the Trollolol man?
I don't, but I saw that was like a meme or something.
Yeah, it was a massive meme, and I won't sing it because it's horrendously embarrassing, but it's basically this man it's super old. I think it's Russian. And it's old, like middle-aged guy in a brown suit, proper like 90s brown suit. And he just sings a song, and the only lyric is tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. That's it.
Oh man,
and it just became a massive meme.
Okay,
and that's the only thing that I can think he might be named after.
That's now going through my head.
Yeah, you'll remember. That's it. But apparently the songs that Trollolol is singing are very similar to some Polish songs that are about cavalry regiments and stuff. So we get talking to Trollolol, and he sees himself as a Redanian soldier, and he calls it the Redani army. Isn't that so cute? He says, I'm the Redani army. And this is because he was asked by some soldiers to guard over some boats that the soldiers had stolen from some peasants. The peasants arrived and started a fight with the soldiers over the boats. Trollolol tries to help, but due to his brute strength, he ended up killing everybody. Flatten them. So Geralt says, okay, that's what happened. Where are the bodies? And Trollolol says he couldn't let the meat go to waste, so he cooked everyone up and ate them.
I guess does that imply that he's eating other things, right? He just didn't want that to go to waste.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
So at this point, you can decide if Trollolol needs to die because he's a danger, or if you can let it slide. What do you think?
Why would you kill him?
Yeah, I know.
If you killed him, speak up and let us know so we can officially reprimand you and say you're the worst listener or viewer of the week.
Yeah, so if you let it slide, when you let it slide, Trollolol asks you to retrieve some paint, which you can buy from a merchant in Oxenfurt, and he wants you to paint a Redanian coat of arms because he's in the Redanian army now. This is his life. And you can choose to paint it, or you can tell him to paint it for you. And that's it, really. It's just a funny little story. And yeah, it's whether or not you think he is a monster, I guess, because of what he did.
But he hates his own creation. If he paints it himself, he hates it.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, and it does kind of look kind of bad. But then if you do it as Geralt, it looks just cartoony as hell.
Yeah, it's strange.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's better than I could do. But whatever Geralt does, he loves it.
Yeah, he does.
He absolutely loves when Geralt does it.
Mm-hmm. Super sweet.
It is, and again, this was just so funny. The trolls, I just love the trolls. There's only like one place I can think of in Skellige where there's like a rabid troll and you have to kill it.
Yes, you have to. Yeah, I remember that.
And that was sad.
Otherwise, you can usually get around killing them. You can talk them down even when they get pretty angry.
Yeah, because they're not naturally like aggressive.
No.
Well, they're not naturally aggressive to us. Apparently, the peasants trying to get their boats back. He's very
he was
very
trying
aggressive.
to help.
Yeah, but then he's a Redanian too, and I don't like that. So
yeah.
That's a tough one. You know what? He's got this island. No one go to his island.
Yeah.
He's claimed it for Redania. and then that's it.
It's so sweet.
That is it. That's going to do it for us this week. And we're done with Novigrad. We're out. We finished Velen. We finished Novigrad. And now to your home islands of Skellige.
Let's get
Not
home.
Skellige. I like saying it like
Skellige.
I like saying it almost like Skellige, but almost like JFK era Skellige. We're going here. JFK. You like my JFK impersonation? Is that only 60 years too late?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really
era,
get it.
Even like Ted Kennedy. I'm from Boston. Actually, they're not even from Boston. All right. Anyway, maybe take two. You can find us on Twitter at Witcher Podcast, email at witcherpod@gmail.com, on Instagram at WitcherPod. Again, if you are listening to us on the podcast apps, you can also find us on the Gwentfinity channel on YouTube, where you can watch me make funny faces as I forget that I'm actually on camera, which I did a couple times now. As I was doing something, I was like, oh, you're on camera. I'm still quite
it's so hard to get used to.
Still not fully used to it. I need to look over here as well. We're also on Discord. Put a link in there to Lucy's Discord. There is a special channel in there for On the Path where we put back scene information, behind the scene information. There you go. I put like what we were covering today. I put that in yesterday. So just fun stuff like that. You can either talk about the show. There's some kind of information we'll put in there. Again, comment under the YouTube video on there as well. We'll read that off. Get in there. Again, it really helps out with everything in that aspect. Lucy, where can we find you?
You will find me at Lucy J. Robin on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, all that good stuff.
All right. You took your break from Elden Ring.
I have had a break from Elden Ring. We did some Fall Guys as part of the charity stream last weekend, which was hilarious.
That is such like an ultimate just fun friends
my God.
drinking game.
It was
so funny when you just get launched.
Funny. And the funniest part to me is when you grab each other. Like, and I can just tell that whoever I'm grabbing is going to be so pissed off, and you can just throw each other off the map. And yeah, I think I'm going to probably incorporate that into more Saturday streams because it was just so fun. And Elden Ring's great fun. I love it. But you know, when you're like constantly getting shit on by a boss and it's just a little bit like, oh God, Fall Guys would just totally lift you up from any kind of slump you're in with gaming. So highly recommend it. It's free now. I'm not getting paid for this. I should be.
Yeah, that can be the streaming drunk Saturday night games thrown
absolutely
over. And then get people in a party chat. So every Saturday she streams and I stream after. Hers is the more professional stream where you think that it goes insane when it comes over to me. You can find me on Twitter at the Fox Bride 4. Find me on Twitch at the Fox Bride. And join us next time on The Path as we get very horny at a funeral.